Welcome to a Legendarium special about a brief history of the 4th of July. We will talk about the holiday's origins during the American Revolution and how it has changed through the generations. The 4th of July, also called Independence Day, celebrates the American separation from the United Kingdom. When the initial battles of the Revolutionary War broke out in April 1775, few colonists desired complete independence from the United Kingdom and considered those who did to be radicals. Indeed, most American rebels saw themselves as fighting for their rights as British subjects. Yet by the middle of the following year, many colonists had come to favor full independence. Revolutionary sentiments expressed in the best-selling pamphlet Common Sense by Thomas Paine profoundly changed American thinking after its publication in early 1776. On June 7, 1776, when the Continental Congress met at the Pennsylvania State House in Philadelphia, Virginia delegate Richard Henry Lee introduced a motion calling for the colony's independence. After a heated debate over the simple legal declaration of separation, Congress postponed the vote on Lee's resolution. Yet it appointed a 5-man committee to draft a formal statement justifying a break with the United Kingdom. It included Thomas Jefferson of Virginia, John Adams of Massachusetts, Roger Sherman of Connecticut, Benjamin Franklin of Philadelphia, and Robert R. Livingston of New York. On July 2nd, the Continental Congress voted in favor of Lee's resolution for independence in a near-unanimous vote. The New York delegation abstained, but later voted in favor. On that day, John Adams wrote to his wife, Abigail, that July 2nd will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival, and that the celebration should include pomp and parade, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other. However, Congress formally adopted the declaration on July 4th, the date that also appeared on the document. According to some reports, John Adams even turned down invitations to events celebrated on July 4th, as he considered this to be the incorrect date. Nonetheless, a formal draft appeared on July 19th, and most of the members signed the document on August 1776. In pre-revolutionary years, colonists held annual celebrations of the king's birthday. They included the ringing of bells, bonfires, and speech-making. During the revolutionary summer of 1776, rebels celebrated by holding mock funerals for King George III to celebrate the end of the monarchy's power in America. Festivities included concerts, bonfires, parades, and the firing of cannons and muskets, often accompanied by the first public readings of the Declaration. While Congress still organized the war effort, Philadelphia held the first annual commemoration of independence on July 4, 1777. During the Revolution, Americans continued to commemorate Independence Day. July 4th fireworks first lit up the night sky in Philadelphia on July 4th, 1777. Ship's cannon also fired a 13-gun salute in honor of the 13 colonies. The Pennsylvania Evening Post reported, "At night there was a grand exhibition of fireworks which began and concluded with 13 rockets on the commons, and the city was beautifully illuminated." That same night, the Sons of Liberty set off fireworks over Boston Common. George Washington celebrated by issuing a double ration of rum to all his soldiers on Independence Day 1778 and 1781. several months before the key American victory at Yorktown. In 1779, since July 4th fell on a Sunday, Americans instead celebrated on the 5th. Massachusetts became the first state to make July 4th an official state holiday in 1781 by order of its General Court. During the post-revolutionary years, the nation's many rural communities held competitions to build the biggest bonfires to celebrate the 4th, something that has declined in recent years due to safety concerns. These celebrations also allowed the new nation's political leaders to address citizens and create a feeling of unity. Unfortunately, that feeling of unity did not last. By 1800, the two major political parties, the Federalists and the Democratic Republicans, had arisen. Political partisanship proved toxic enough that members began holding separate 4th of July celebrations in many areas. The tradition of patriotic celebration became even more widespread after the War of 1812, when the United States again faced the United Kingdom. And in an extraordinary historical coincidence, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, by then both former presidents, died on July 4th, 1826, the 50th anniversary of the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. The two had become bitter rivals following the Revolution, but reconciled about a decade before their deaths. Jefferson's last words were, "Is it the 4th?" Adams' final words were, "Jefferson survives." Wrong at the time, he proved right for the ages, for the spirit of Jeffersonian democracy would endure. James Monroe, the 5th president, died on July 4th, 1831, while the 30th president, Calvin Coolidge, was born on July 4th, 1872, almost 50 years before he took office. In 1870, the United States Congress made July 4th a federal holiday, yet it did not become a paid holiday for federal employees until 1941. After the Civil War, businesses also began holding July 4th sales, rather than closing for the holiday as they had before. Since the late 19th century, the 4th of July has become a major focus for family get-togethers, often involving fireworks and outdoor barbecues. Americans spend more than $1 billion a year on fireworks, despite their being barred in many municipalities. Descendants of men who signed the Declaration of Independence tap Liberty Bell, located in Philadelphia, at 2 p.m. Eastern Time every 4th of July. The most common symbol of the holiday is the American flag, and the most popular tune is the Star-Spangled Banner, national anthem of the United States. That wraps things up for this Legendarium special. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, press like. If you want to see more, press subscribe. And if you've got anything to say, let me know in the comments section. Thanks again for joining me, and I hope that you have a great rest of the day.